With Tesla recently dropping the price of its full self-driving in its vehicles down from $15,000 to $12,000, probably has a lot of buyers wondering, is it worth the new price tag? Well, after driving my car for over a month and having our full self-driving trial, I have some thoughts and I want to crunch the numbers. Many of the channels that I've seen on YouTube discuss the pros and cons to full self-driving, autopilot, and the other features of Tesla. However, not many of them look at quantitatively whether it's worth it at its current value versus the monthly cost of just turning it on and off with a subscription. Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name's Max, and today let's talk about if Tesla's full self-driving is actually worth the cost. So as I said, buying FSD upfront will run you $12,000. Alternatively, you can actually pay $199 a month for this same feature and turn it on at your will after you've made your purchase. So my question was, how long would you have to pay monthly for this actually to make sense to buy it up front? Let's do some math. At $12,000, it would take your $199 a month approximately 60.3 months or a little over 5 years to break even, meaning that your car is likely paid off by the time your FSD makes sense to pay up front. Further, if you're like us and opted to buy the $6,000 enhanced autopilot package, the monthly rate for FSD actually drops to $99 a month versus $199. So at that rate, the $6,000 delta between enhanced autopilot and FSD breaks even with the $199 a month in about 60.6 months, which is actually slightly more time than if you were starting with no additional software at all. And this assumes you subscribe to FSD for every single month. For me personally, I'm more likely to switch on and off this feature based on trips that I have planned throughout the year, meaning that there's only 3 or 4 months when I'm taking a drive long enough to actually make it worth it to turn on. Also, for most people that consider trading in their vehicle after it's been paid off within 4 to 5 years, this would mean you may not even hit the value you paid for upfront for the full self-driving before your loan's paid off and it's time to trade in the car. This means quantitatively, to me at least, it's not worth the upfront cost. Of course, what this assessment does not take into account is that if FSD approves over time, that monthly cost may increase and the upfront cost may increase too. So it could be a solid initial investment if that's the case. We've seen it go up from $9,000 to $12,000 to $15,000, but now it's back down to $12,000. So how likely is it really that they're going to significantly increase that cost anytime soon? Another thing that this take doesn't take into account is the transferability from one car to the next. Recently, Tesla ran a promotion that when trading in certain cars during a given period, that paid for software enhancements like full self-driving or enhanced autopilot would be transferred to the new vehicle at no additional cost. If this became a permanent program and you're a committed Tesla customer, then all of a sudden it makes sense to pay for these add-ons because you can move them from one vehicle to the next. But right now that deal ended in September, and I have heard no word of it continuing or becoming a permanent fixture. All that to say is, from me, from a pure numbers perspective, I just can't make sense of the cost. We made the decision not to go with FSD and just do the enhanced autopilot back when it was $15,000, making this case even more egregious, but still at the $12,000 price tag, I can't make the math make sense. And again, that's from a pure numbers perspective. There are also qualitative reasons why I wouldn't necessarily invest in FSD now. For me personally, in the month of driving the car, I find that it is more of a cool feature to show off than it is something that I'm using regularly on a day-to-day basis. I turn it on for long trips, which is great. I turn it on to show the feature to other people, but a lot of times I find myself wanting to take over and drive the car myself in most circumstances. And it's not just because FSD still has issues, which it does. At least one time, every time I turn FSD on, I have to take over the wheel because it's doing something such as phantom braking or handling a turn across traffic weirdly, where I just don't feel comfortable letting it completely have control of the car. Moreover, I just like driving the Tesla. It's an amazing car to drive, it's so much fun, and you spend that much money on a vehicle, you're gonna wanna turn it off all the time too, just to get drives in. So yeah, even if FSD did not have the bugs, I still, as a driver, wanted to take over. And there are still plenty of bugs. I find myself correcting or having it even disengage for no reason more frequently than I feel like it should. I mean, still very cool and a pretty incredible piece of technology, but for the price tag, it's simply not there yet. Honestly, if you're not shutting off full self-driving just to take advantage of how great these cars are to drive, you're doing a disservice to yourself. All that just to say that at its current price tag, full self-driving is not worth it to me. Enhanced autopilot I think is great. In fact, most of the time that full self-driving is turned on for me is when I'm using the enhanced autopilot feature of driving on the highway. So definitely consider investing in that. But the full package, not right now, not at the current price tag. Those are just my thoughts. Comment what you think. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Did you pay for the feature? Are you happy with it? Do you wish you had made a different decision? Add those in the comments below. As always, if you like this video and you want to see more, please like, comment, and subscribe to see more. That's all for me today. Thank you for watching. Until next time.